And I'm live. There we go. So good morning, everybody. Welcome back to These Guys Fitness. It's after the holidays. And I know a lot of times people have asked about supplements. And just how many I did happen to have around the house. Now, granted, I don't take these every day. Some I take once a week, some twice a week. And then there are the ones that I take all the time. And once we get some people in chat, then I'll kind of start going through them, which I'll do a few times. Right now, if you rely on YouTube, which you usually can't, I think I'm talking to myself. So once I start getting some chat moving, we'll get going. I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas. Today I'm going to do it kind of simple. I'm going to do some boiled eggs and cook some sausage. So, incredible edible egg. One of the best sources for nutrition that your body can get. It has all 20 essential amino acids. It's one of the very few foods that does. There are a lot of foods that have amino acids in them, but they might only have 3 or 7 or 12. All 20 of essential amino acids are in the incredible edible egg. Also about 6 grams of protein per egg and about 78 calories. So a lot of different ways of cooking them. This is going to be the most wholesome way to cook them, is just to hard boil them. And then usually I'll sit there and I usually get a couple more this way. Which reminds me, I need to go to the store and get more eggs. Or get them from a neighbor. A lot of times when I'm just cooking, I'll just do 5 or 6 eggs for the missus and I. Boil them, so I'm going to do 8 eggs because I'll probably go through them all. So this is the only time I do use the big power burner because it's really good for bringing water up to boil real fast. For other cooking issues, it's too much. So welcome to the chat. Pop on in there, say hello, get involved. Let's have some fun. So what I do is initially I will set it to like about 23 minutes. But it's a bigger pot. So if I do walk away from it and I come back 20 minutes later, I feel pretty comfortable that everything will get cooked. So I've got 8 eggs in here. Now I am cooking for missus also. And then later on, I'm going to start throwing in the sausages. So we bought some Tennessee Pride mild sausage. And if you are going to buy already pre-cut sausage, buy them in quantity is usually the best idea. All right, I call it shop smarter, not more expensive. Now, yesterday I had a very successful day. In the gym. I didn't think it was going to go as well as it did because when I first got there, it really didn't look like I was going to have anybody to spot me. And then, that sometimes makes it a little hard to get motivated. But once I got into the real heavy sets, I did get me a spotter. And then my regular spotter showed up at the end, and I ended up doing what I thought was a really good day. So I did 385. Then I went at 390 again because when I did it on Friday, I noticed that Mark did tap the one end of the bar on my way up. So, it's like, was that a lift? Not really. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Kelly. Happy Harvest. Thanks for stopping in. So it's Wednesday. Today, it's going to be a weird week. I was all ready to do a lot of heavy lifting at work. And then ComEd told the plant, well, we're going to do a power outage. We're going to power off for 4 hours. And the plant said, well, you're not doing it right now because we have, 10 furnaces up to full temperature. And you just can't shut the power off. It's a bad thing if you do that. So we're shutting everything down. And tomorrow we'll have our power outage. And I don't even know, I don't even think we can be in the building. So I don't really know how, it's supposed to be 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So hopefully it'll be over time my shift starts, so it shouldn't affect me. So what I'm doing, I'm just working in different parts of the plant. But good morning, Michael. Good morning, Kelly. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for the thumbs up. So here's supplements. You go, just how many supplements will you have? Well, and I do have some doubles of stuff, but I do have a lot of supplements. And we'll go through how often I take them and what they're good for. So people say, well, you know, they're too expensive. I can't afford them. But, you know, can you really afford to be sick? So I'm just going to start grabbing one at a time. I'll go through them and say this is what I'm for. So the first one I'm going to get is zinc. So zinc is something I take every day, sometimes twice a day, but at least once a day you want to. If it's in your multivitamin, you're probably fine. But during this time of the year, taking extra zinc will help you fight off viral infections, cold, flu, the C19, whatever else they come out with us. So zinc, 50 milligrams, which is plain. Now this one I haven't even opened yet. So I know this is a spare, I'm gonna set it off to the side. But zinc is one of the most important ones for, there we go, yep, really. Now, here's something that most people don't probably know much about, but it is milk thistle. Okay, so milk thistle, and what this does is this detox the liver. So even though I'm taking natural supplements, even natural supplements can stress the liver. So I take this to keep the liver healthy. Because trust me, you need to keep the liver healthy. All right, this one's for the wife. Hair, skin, nails, which is collagen. I take collagen also, but I have my own bottle for them. So I'm going to set these up here, knowing that they're not. Here's my zinc bottle that I have open already. The next one on the list, D3. Now, during the summer, when I'm outside on my walks all the time, with just a regular t-shirt on and that, I really don't need to take much of this because my body will produce all I need. But during the winter, D3 is also one of your best immunity ones out there. And it's also essential. Now, you don't want to overtake these, but you would have to take a lot of them to do that. So it's good for bone and immune health. So definitely important. Next, if you want for energy, I have a B complex with vitamin C. Now, B complex has all the B vitamins. A lot of them are going to be for energy, for mental awareness, and the B3, the niacin, is also good for your cholesterol levels. So B complex. On this one, I don't take every day. But I do try to take it about twice a week. All right, here is the real new one I brought on. It's ashwagandha root powder. And what this does is help support a healthy male testosterone levels. Yep. So the milk thistle I take, and then I try to take every day, but sometimes I would say maybe 4 days a week I take. This boosts your T levels, and this one I do take every day. And I have noticed I do have more energy. Okay, now here's, in other words, turmeric, bypyridine, garlic, and ginger. These are like your natural antibiotics. They really help you keep yourself healthy. They're anti-inflammatories. So take with a meal and 8 ounces of water. All right, this one, I have various types of this in different bottles. I take out of this one, I take maybe twice a week. So I'm going to start with this. I'm going to have a bunch of them here. So all this is to keep me healthy. Here's another D3, which I also have in here. So what I'm going to do, they are the same serving size. Well, they're close enough. I'm going to combine the two and try to so I won't have as many things taking up room in the cabinet. There we go. So now I can get rid of one of these. See, these packages do not eat. The fact that they have to tell you that is scary. So D3. Let me flip my sausages over. And for those of you who have been following me for a long time, I think you remember from about 2.5 years ago, when I was recovering from the Charlie 19, I definitely did not have the level of energy and health that I have now. As for the wife, it's a multivitamin that she uses. Here's my L-arginine. I take this numerous times a day. All right, they don't tell you to do that, but I do because there's so many benefits to it. It supports circulatory health. All right. Usually I got my little chewies, my elderberry, with vitamin C and D for immune support. And at this time of the year, it's good to have around. I chew these when I think about it. You know, here's part of my go to sleep package. Hey, thanks for coming in on us here. This is my magnesium glycinate. I take this along with inositol. I don't know how to pronounce that. And where glycine. So this is what I take before I go to bed. And I now sleep much better than I used to. It used to take me a very long time to fall asleep. Now that I'm taking these, definitely feeling better. Cayenne pepper, herbal supplement, which is supposed to be good for digestion. On this one here, I take it when I remember. So basically once or twice a week. Not necessarily I take this every day. If I do take it, what are the benefits? Can't really tell you. I don't take it often enough, but it doesn't hurt. Iron. You want to take iron with vitamin C whenever possible, because vitamin C helps the iron absorb. Yes, there is. I will get to that, Kelly. Yeah, besides Benadryl, yes, I have some natural supplements that I am taking now that have been helping. I take iron about twice a week. I do cook with cast iron. I do eat a lot of meat. I do eat a lot of food that have iron in them. But I do take one twice a week because I think it's like 40 to 60% of the population is deficient in iron. So because Kelly brought it up, let's go over those products. So the main thing I take for allergies, besides Benadryl, so I try not to take, I've been taking this, which is quercetin with bromelain. Quercetin is really good for your sinuses, and it supports healthy seasonal immune function, respiratory health. And the bromelain, besides this, I was listening to the Dan Bongino show, and there's doctors saying that this bromelain will dissolve. Let me see if I get this, the nomenclature right, but there's some spike proteins that the Victor Alpha X-ray that they were pushing on you, put into the body, that they found a year later, those were still in the body. And this, along with some other things, will start breaking that protein down because you don't want that protein in there. Now, I didn't know that when I bought it. I bought this mostly for sinus support. But this is also that right there. The bromelain is very important for that. So this I take. It helps my sinuses clear out better. I don't get clogged up. And I got to pull one out for the wife because she's kind of having a little problem with that. So besides the iron, the next thing is vitamin C. And vitamin C goes well with iron. Vitamin C is one of these water-soluble vitamins, so it doesn't store in your body. A lot of vitamins will store in your body for a little bit. Vitamin C only stays in your system for a while. So vitamin C is something that I take 2 to 3 times a day, especially during this season. If I feel, my sinuses or an earache or some sort of flu symptoms coming on, I will kick up the amount of this I take. All right. There's no max amount, but understand the more you take of this, your body will learn to get rid of it. So that's kind of you gotta be careful with that. So I got the water down, just started boiling. I think that's gonna work out pretty well. So the cayenne pepper and the elderberries I take when I think of it. All right, here's some more zinc. So let me combine my zincs. I don't need multiple bottles. The reason I got multiple bottles is sometimes we take some when we travel. There we go. Make some room in my cabin. So here's a one that I take about once a week. It's vitamin K with D. Now, with vitamin K, if you are on blood thinners by your doctor, then you might want to talk to your doctor before you take a vitamin K supplement. Hey, Share Bear, thanks for saying hi. I appreciate it. So this one here, bone and immune health. The two help each other. I take this about once a week. And then I have the Balance of Nature fruits and vegetables, which I'm taking now because the garden is not producing. And this is helping fill in those minerals and supplements. Now, how well this does, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. It's better than nothing. I did this prescription for about 3 months, and I got 3 months worth, and then I canceled it, but it'll get me through the winter. So this is probably one of the larger dosages I've been taking. Another thing that I have added is omega-3s, otherwise known as fish oil. And it's got some vitamin E in it. I do follow a Dr. D. Tonianthio, something like that, on Instagram. And his advice correlates a lot with mine. So this one I don't take every day. I take about 3 times a week. Here's one for thyroid support if the missus takes. I have my multivitamin. This is my catch-all. And then I have my moringa. Moringa helps me breathe. It definitely is great for allergies, for asthma. A subscriber had turned me into this one. It's moringa. This one I do take every day. If I don't, if I miss this for a few days, I notice a difference very quickly. Oh, the wife takes this calcium citrate plus D3 for our bones, especially when you get older. It's very important. And then I have an NAC, which is supposed to be maintain cellular health and normal immune functions. This one I take about once a week. I have other ones that are doing a lot of the same things. So that's a lot of stuff. Now, a lot of these bottles will last me over a month, some 2 months, some 3 months, some 4 months. And then when I find out I'm getting low, then I'll sit there and pick some more up. So let's get those all back up here. I have combined the ones I needed to. So I managed to get rid of 2 bottles, which is good. But this is definitely what helps keep me alert and very healthy. This is multivitamin out. And she needs D. Got the C. And I think we need to give her a zinc. As she's fighting a little bit of the flu. There we go. So yeah, it's a lot, but it keeps me very healthy. What's neat, baby? So we're doing boiled eggs and sausage. Very easy to make. And I call it my low bacon a mess option. And as many supplements you see here, I know some people in powerlifting have probably 50% more on this. I did a lot of research on it. I will give Casey Little Owl a lot of credit on the research that she's done on a lot of these items. And I do find that these work for me. Now, there are some that I tried that didn't do what they were supposed to do, or I didn't feel the right effect, so I stopped taking them. But everybody's going to be different, and you want to make sure that you do your own research on these. All right, some you don't want to take at the same time, and you always want to make sure you take them with food. The thing is, if you don't take them with food, they hit your system really fast, and a lot of times you cause upset stomach, and you don't get the absorption rate that you'd want to get. So this is one of my secrets of how I stay healthy. Eating real food and nutritious food is the other. All right, well, you have fun, Kelly. So, nutrition, eating multiple meals a day. I eat about at least 5 meals a day. I mean, some are going to be smaller than that, but I'm about 200 grams of protein a day, if not more. And that's to maintain my lifting. I had one of the guy that was spotting me yesterday, new guy. His son, who's 16, is starting to get into lifting. And he asked me, how he could increase his bench. And I think at first he was kind of surprised at my first 2 questions. And I said, first of all, how's his nutrition? He said, well, he's a normal 16-year-old's not good. I said, okay, well, until he gets his nutrition right, the bench is not going to get stronger. Yeah, I remember a young man in my daughter's class, he got back from the gym, and I said, okay, what did you eat? Oh, I had some Starburst. Okay, you totally wasted your whole workout. People argue the point with this, but this is where I stick with. After you're done working out, within 20 to 30 minutes, you want to ingest at least 30 grams of protein. So to get in the system, get in the bloodstream, and get to the muscles. Some people say, oh, you don't have to do that until 4 hours. Well, if you do it 4 hours, it's another 2 hours before it hits the muscle. It takes time to digest. It just doesn't go right to the muscle immediately. So I always, within 20 to 30 minutes, I have about 30 grams of protein. Uh-oh. Hey! And then about an hour after that, I have more protein. And this has been working for me. So I will stick to my guns on that one. And then I'll put all this stuff back. So what I do is I have my sleeping stack right here on the counter, because when I come home, I grabbed that right away. There you go. And then I have my one for my sciences, which I want to take before I go to bed. And everything else should go back in the cabinet. Key word on should. We're going to do our best. This is extra. And the thing is, you want to put them where they kind of make sense. The ones I take less often, I'm going to put further back in there than the ones I take every day, so that they're ready, available, and are seen. All right. So I can take this off the heat. And I mean, really, your health is very important. You need to be kind of staying on top of it. If you don't, well, then you get sick. A lot of times you're getting sick because you kind of forgot to take these things. You let yourself get worn down. You know, maybe went out and had a couple too many beers. It happens. And you forgot to take your supplements. So let me catch back up on Chad here. Yes, that's right. Best Christmas movie ever. Christmas Vacation. Might be the last day I wear it. Gotta go get clean now. So I can either just throw it in the washer with hot water and throw a bunch of bleach in there, or I can let the wife take care of it for me. Nothing. So now the hard-boiled eggs, what you want to do is you want to cool them off rather quickly. I use cold water and I'll throw ice, and that helps to do is actually separate the shell from the actual egg itself. Now tomorrow I will be doing a live stream at the gym. I'm having a guest creator. He has changed his name on there a few times, but Michael and I do follow him. I think it's the Pole or something now. But it's a young man who does a lot of lifting, does a lot of bicycle riding, and he's got his stuff out there. So he's going to be with me and his dad tomorrow morning at Shorewood. So we're going to do a bench session, which is going to be pretty close together. I just did one yesterday. So today when I go in to the gym, I'm going to do back. A lot of times this will be I do militaries and that, but I want to give the triceps and shoulders a break for right now, so I can do a good workout on Thursday. What I do now is dump some ice in there, and that's to bring the cool eggs down quickly, which in theory, I think it works, especially with store-bought eggs. Makes it easier to shell. So I got the sausages, 1, 2 for Mama, and 1, 2 for me. Now, of course, because they're hard-boiled eggs, I need to get out my secret sauce. A1 steak sauce. It's not for steak. If you put this on steak and then you're not cooking steak right, or you're overcooking it, for all you, I order it, we want it well done. They shouldn't do that to a steak. Well done's too much, in my opinion. So, now of course I wash everything down with my sponsor, who is it? Fairlife milk. Half the sugar, 50% more protein. So hard-boiled eggs kind of make breakfast easier to cook. You know, in the summer when I'm adding potatoes and peppers and jalapenos, it takes longer to cook breakfast, but it sure tastes good. So I hadn't done a live stream for a while. Kind of like John said at Prepper Nation, he said his premieres did better, and it seems like my premieres have done better. But it's a little chilly to go out for a walk. I'm still letting the staff dry. It is pretty dry. I can give everybody a preview of it. So it's pretty dry, but I'm going to give it another day before I put the clear coat on it. So this one's more red. Mom said she wanted hers red, so ours will be a little bit different color. And of course, it's a little bit smaller because she's not as tall as I am. So it does. I put the clear on there just to kind of give it some protection from the elements. So the staff should last literally forever. And then I need the first decent day I feel like getting in the woods. I still have a log to retrieve. I left out there, the other half of the one I carried in. And I need to get them over to my buddy's house so we can saw them into like a 4x4 or 3x3. Those are going to be used for the bows I'm going to make. Probably in the spring. I still got to fire up the forge. But I know that I need to put that anvil on a different table. So I'm going to make room on the other table to move the anvil on there, because if I'm beating next to where the forge is, that's going to be just jumping all over the place. This is sometimes why it's good to kind of think about things for a while first, because then you kind of get those, let's avoid this problem before it becomes a problem. It's ash. So the wood is ash, A-S-H. We have a lot of it growing back there, and it's good for staves and it's good for bows. I have oaks back there too, but the ash tends to grow straighter, so it's easier for me to get more of a straight length than it is for the oaks. And they grow faster than oak do. So they're all back there. The owner of the property has given me permission to harvest as much wood as I want. So I'm taking it slow and steady so he doesn't come back here and go, oh my God, the forest is gone, which I would never do. So we got the eggs cooled down for a couple minutes rather quickly. I just kind of bring them out here, let them dry off a little bit. La, la, la. I'll tell you, pound for pound, one of the best nutritions out there. It's almost getting to the point now that if the government tells you not to eat something, that's probably what you should eat. It's just, it's kind of ridiculous how much misinformation has been brought out there. I did put out a kind of a funny photo on my community page. I also did it on Instagram. I seen it on Facebook. I said, hey, that's kind of me. And I was wondering, how long would it be before somebody would get problem about it, triggered? It took like 3 minutes. It was funny. It is funny. So a lot of times you get a lot of people who just, I don't know, they can't take a joke. Or they're just out there to try to insult you. We call them trolls. I put that on. I bench what you squat. Because honestly, you're like 10 pounds off. Please let me have this moment. Hurry. Then you have people that actually have a good sense of humor. So I do have an Instagram with the same name. If you want to follow me there. Oh, then we got the bar didn't bend. Nice try. Yeah, good bars don't. Bars don't read my bio. Yeah, it's funny. A good bar, and when you're like this, you're not way out like that. You know, when you're out here, when you're not like this, they don't bend. And that's like the first. How can you tell somebody's not in the gym very often? When they make a comment like that. It's like that look you have. So yeah, Miss Sharon, that was Ashwood that I'm using. So now, the next part of this is rather easy. You basically just peel your eggs. So I do a tap, a tap. Remember, all eggshells, coffee grounds, and vegetable scraps go back to the garden to grow more veggies. Next year I'm going to be kind of excited because I do have the greenhouse now made. I only got two more sheets of clear vinyl to add to it. I'll start plants here inside. I'll be able to move them out there much sooner. And I think I'll keep the peppers growing in the greenhouse the whole year. And I'll have other stuff grow outside, probably the tomatoes. And of course, the big plants like cucumbers, acorn squash, and zucchini. I have learned to one acorn squash plant is plenty. I got, I think, what was it, 60? Got a really unreal number of how many acorn squash I got from it. And I need to start cooking more of that. So maybe I'll try to do that this week. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat. Any more on those supplements I've shown, definitely will re-explain them if you're late to the party. Or you can just rewatch it later. So I find store-bought eggs peel easier than fresh eggs you get from the neighbor, only because they're older. Remember, the eggs are probably at least 3 weeks before they get to the store. Time they get shipped from the plant, go through the distribution centers, get to the store, get out there, and get bought. About 3 weeks old, which is fine. Still the best per dollar protein source you can get there. Milk is the next. And of course, it's your meat proteins. If you are a vegetarian and you are suffering from headaches, you may want to get some sort of protein shake. Or, I don't know if vegetarians eat eggs, but if you do, you need to eat more eggs. Your brain needs 90 grams of protein a day for physical health of the brain. And if you're getting headaches, it means you're not getting enough protein. And the brain gets first call. So if you're not getting enough protein for the brain, you're definitely not getting enough protein for the muscles if you're lifting. You understand the key to fitness? Rest, nutrition, proper exercise. Main part of that nutrition is eggs, by far. And protein. Without that, you're just not going to get your gains. Got quiet in chat. I hope I still have people there. There we go. I got mine peeled. Just break them up with a fork. I usually just quarter them. Come on. That definitely puts them in swollen up pieces for me. I think next time I need to make is some. I need to make deviled eggs again. I haven't done that for a while. Then we put the A1 sauce on there. As Gianna at Bar Rescue says, always shake and smile when you're shaking. The in-state sauce, because it's made from tomatoes and vinegar and that, and sugar. Actually, it's kind of considered a good food group also. And of course, we wash it down with the Fairlife milk. And that is how breakfast, one of the ways breakfast is done. Doo-doo-doo. The incredible edible egg. So later on today, I'll be in the gym. Should post that around 5:30. I don't know, maybe if I get super motivated, I might go for a short walk. I'm not sure. It's still kind of cold out there. But I'll walk out there, and if it's not too windy, I might just take a quick mile hike just to kind of get the blood moving. Otherwise, everybody, have a wonderful day and a happy new year. Remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, have fun, do crafts, turn the news off, and be happy. Thank you for joining in.